So we mentioned the Shaila about Rosh Hashanah being one of the first days of Aseret Yemei Tshuva. Okay, and I just want to use that question because there's a very interesting question that the Olim always ask. What's the question? The question is simple. Rabbi, I want Yom Kippur before Rosh Hashanah. Very simple. I want to be cleansed from all my Averis, and then I want to be judged. Nobody wants Yom Kippur after Rosh Hashanah. It's too late. I've had the judgment. Rabbi Shalom has already decided what year I'm going to have, and then I'm going to do tshuva? Come on. Let me do tshuva. Let me be a clean, healthy, completely Kodesh v'Tohor person. And then the Rabbi Shalom will give me a good year. Right? Yudale, hear the kasha? Moish. Hear the kasha? The famous question. Right? Olam, yeah? Gewaldige kasha. Let's have Yom Kippur first. Let's cleanse ourselves from the Averis, and then we'll have Rosh Hashanah. Obviously, that's not what it's meant to be, because that's not how the Rebbeinu Shalom said it in the world. And obviously, we're meant to have Rosh Hashanah first, and then Yom Kippur, and that's the question of Rosh Hashanah being the first 2 days of Aseret Yemei Tshuva when we don't even do Tshuva on those 2 days. So how's it the first 2 days of Aseret Yemei Tshuva? I'm going to answer the question very simply, very easily, and I think this is what we should have a little bit of a mindset on Rosh Hashanah. And as if you're sitting in shul on Rosh Hashanah, and if ever happens for a moment or two, you're like spacing out of the Siddur, if it happens, right? If it happens that you're spacing out of the Siddur, what are you meant to think about? What should I think about during Rosh Hashanah, during the times that are not so interesting or a bit boring? Everything's interesting, everything's exciting, everything's geschmack. But sometimes it happens, we're a bit tired, whatever. You want to give yourself a little bit of a boost. What do you do in Rosh Hashanah? Here's the answer. What is the purpose of Rosh Hashanah? What is the sole purpose of the day of Rosh Hashanah? What are we meant to be accomplishing? Yes, there's a mitzvah of Tkir Shofar, mitzvah d'oraisa, beautiful mitzvah. It's a wonderful mitzvah, and we're going to be Mekayim it, Mahadrim and Mahadrim. Gavaldi. So Enachanami, we're going to do a mitzvah. And Enachanami, we'll make Kiddush and we'll eat, we'll have a Suda Shantav, and that's all wonderful. We'll do the Simonim, beautiful. But what would be, if you could sum up the actual mitzvahs hayoim? What is the purpose? What's the goal? What's the she'ifa of Rosh Hashanah? The answer is very simple: to be mamlech the Rebbeinu Shalom, to kaviyachol, to crown, to coronate the Rebbeinu Shalom. Okay, and it's in a way, and I think this is something that's going to be mentioned many times, at a time where, at least in England, where there's so much pomp going on with what's going on in the king and the queen and the whole situation. In some level, we understand what it means to coronate. Right? King Charles isn't just going to be, hey, just put the crown on and off you go. There's going to be, billions of pounds spent on this coronation whenever it's going to be, because befitting the Melech. So we can only understand it on that tiny, small physical level in this world, right? Lahavdul elef alfei avdolos, the Melech Malcham Lochim, the Rebbeinu Shalom, we have an opportunity to be mamlechim, right? And a Melech without a Nam is not a Melech. And therefore, our job on Rosh Hashanah is to be mamlech the Rebbeinu Shalom, is to admit, is to talk, is to connect to the Rebbeinu Shalom and say, Rebbeinu Shalom, you are the Melech, you are the King, you are the creator of the world. You keep the world going. Everything belongs to you, everything comes from you, everything is made by you, everything continues by you. When we say that, you know what we do? We put into ourselves this incredible idea that the Rebbeinu Shalom runs the world. That's the beginning of tshuva. It's impossible to have a Yom Kippur without a Rosh Hashanah first. Because if you don't recognize who runs the world, who created the world, who the world belongs to, why we're here, what direction we're going, who are you doing tshuva to? What's the point of tshuva? It's all very nice to clap like Tarzan and do tshuva, but it's not going to work. It's not going to get you anywhere. If you want to do tshuva, it's got to be done with the recognition, with the realization. Who it's to, who you're speaking to, capital W. It's the Rebbeinu Shalom. And that's why you need a Rosh Hashanah first. And that's why Rosh Hashanah is the first 2 days of Aseret Yemei Tshuva. Because before you do Tshuva, who are you returning to? Who are you connecting to? So if you have a moment on Rosh Hashanah, or a few moments, halavai, close your eyes. Think about it during Shemona Esrei, during Ava Rabbah, during Birchas HaShachar, when you're going to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, while you're eating the Suda, whenever it is. Close your eyes and think, Rebbeinu Shalom, you are the Melech. You created the world. And I sinned that I did something. I have to do tshuva. I have to come closer to you. I have to return to you. That's why Rosh Hashanah is before Yom Kippur. Because you need the realization of who runs the world, who created the world, where everything comes from, where everything eventually goes to. Then you can have a Yom Kippur. That's the thought that I wanted to say.